Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, June 7th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Charkow Lori. You are at the pregame show. What I do every morning is I go over the indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. I'm going to answer a few chart requests between now and 6:30. If you're tuning in later in the day, you may want to fast forward till this says 6:30 to get to the meat and potatoes. So let's do a little housekeeping. Audio visual check, please. Good morning, Malachi, Keith, Anu, Matthew, Mark, Amira, Asia, Abraham, Greg, Jonathan, Topher, Night Truck. Bonjour, Maria. Hi, Axel. How are y'all doing today? Good morning, Mary. Hey, Ricky. Good morning. We're waking up to a sea of red. We'll make heads or tails of this together. In just a few minutes, I'll get started. I ripped through about 25 charts in 25 minutes, and what I always say that I do, I wake up every morning and all the puzzle pieces are thrown on the ground, and I try to put the puzzle together for you so we can get a roadmap for the day. Hey, Ross. Hey, Danielle. Axel, awesome. Good to hear. Thanks, Roger. Target, you shorted Target, Mary? I think this is notable that Snap has got it down. They came out in a surprise announcement. It's not like they just got it down in their regular earnings. They came out unannounced and said it wasn't unplanned, I should say, that they were guiding down big. And now Target is guiding down big, and it's impacting Walmart, Costco, Amazon. So I think we need to look for a trend here of names guiding down mid-cycle. Let's call it mid-cycle. This is definitely different. Market's getting a tiny little bounce here. Hey, Kulak, Brent, Khalid. Derek, that's awesome. I love when people find tools that resonates with them. So we all have to remember, I don't look down on anyone's style of trading. If you use the strat, awesome. You know why? You're using a system, any system. If you use the Elliott wave and it consistently works for you and you consistently use the system, amen. If you buy Bitcoin on full moons and sell it on a partial moon, and it works and you have a system, I respect it. So that's the one thing with technical analysis. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, or that's probably ugly. I don't want to skin a cat. But there's many ways to do technical analysis, and we have to find a style that resonates with us. We have an amazing futures trader, Tariq. He's in our room, and if you're a TCG member, you know how awesome he is. And I was looking back at his post, and he does a lot of NASDAQ entries based on RSI. There's definitely a lot more that goes into his analysis, but when I was looking, he was shorting back here when it was hourly overbought. He was buying back here when it was hourly oversold. So you could just use RSI alone, period. Nothing else on your chart, just that. And say, I'm going to short when it gets over 80, and I'm going to go long when it gets below 25 or whatever. As long as it's a consistent system, you will make money. That's why the casinos win. They hit their edge every time it's present, and they're consistent with their system. So that's what we have to be, is consistent. Okay, James, I don't disagree with you. Big tech needs these guidance lowering. So far, we've only seen a multiple compression. A reduction in earnings multiple is needed for a healthy market moving forward. And a strong dollar makes it harder for these companies to reach their earnings targets as well, because if a strong dollar, you have to make more of them. Okay. Any requests? Let me go back, see if I have any chart requests. We have CPI data this Friday. Don't forget about that. I'm going to look at AMD because I get asked about it every time. We're looking for a weekly lower high compared to 12567. We may be getting to the area to possibly top fish AMD. Wow. That's not super clear. Possible rising wedge, not clear. Triple top, 109.57, 39.50. So this 109 area, we need to clear 110. AMD looks like a short. right in this area. Did any of you short Apple at the hourly 50 MA yesterday, one of our Queen of the Mountain setups? It worked out beautifully. So the hourly 50 MA right now is at 106.53. Remember when we opened, the EMAs and or simple moving averages move to meet price. So it'll come down a little bit. I'm going to set alert here for 106. I want a little bit of a bounce to short. Apple right there, 148.57, ran into the hourly 50 MA and then down. And look at the separation of these EMAs, the 8 and 21. When you start getting that gap between those EMAs, that's the force that it's moving down. Look at this gap. That it's moving down, it's pushing down price at a faster pace versus when it's kind of flat like this and together. Yeah, hit the like button, why don't you? The best platform for trading stocks is subjective. So tons of people are going to say their platform is the best. I personally like Thinkorswim, and I like Tradovate, Tradovate. I like that for futures, and I like Thinkorswim for options and commons. I've used Interactive Brokers before. Beautiful platform, nothing wrong with it. Fidelity has limitations. You can't trade futures with Fidelity, but a lot of people like that their shorts are available. If you like to short a lot, you may not like TD Ameritrade unless you ask for the hard to borrow. There, sometimes you can't locate shorts. Like I can never short Tesla on Thinkorswim. Tagged, I gotta answer that question later. All right. Oh shoot, Slow Devil. Good morning. Hey Jorge, how are you? James, Slow Devil, Chris, Rob. This is the first morning I haven't had a request. Going once, going twice. I'm gonna get started with indices. Giving you about 15 seconds here. I think that's the delay anyway. 15 seconds for a chart request. If not, I'm jumping into the indices. In the indices, we have some hourly bull divergence where RSI is not making a lower low, but price did. Just slight bull divergence. I'm noting silver. Hey. I have Tesla on my list, so you're in luck. I have Bitcoin on my list, so you're in luck. I have ETH on my list, so you're in luck. All right, that's not the right silver. Silver looked weak. Yeah, silver was really weak this morning. That's still not right? Wait. Come on, wake up. This one. So if we look at from the high on March 7th to the low of May 9th, we haven't even bounced to the 0.382. And I was looking at HG this morning comparatively at copper. In the same time period, look how much copper's bounced. Come on. We've hit the 50% retrace, so definitely silver is a laggard. And Dan has noted that when metals are weak, silver is usually going to be the weakest. And when metals are strong, silver can be the strongest and outrun gold. The weekly is weak. And we're getting just these strange, I don't like this erratic behavior. You get a higher high and then a lower low, then a higher high. It's really erratic right now on silver and gold. And right now, hourly downtrend to keep it simple. I will be going over natural gas. So I'm going to do XBI and then I am going to get started on indices. XBI doesn't look good here. Daily, we're in an uptrend. Typically, when you're in a daily uptrend, hourly oversold is where you start scouting that daily higher low. So maybe that's where you start, is wait for that back burner. But if the market's weak, this won't work. Or it will work poorly, I should say. So looking for that daily higher low, scouting an hourly oversold. All right, let's get started. Good morning. I'm going to do Amazon. How about that? So I mentioned this bull divergence earlier. So price is making a lower low while RSI has not. It's attempting to make it right now though. And on all Fab 4 futures, we have the bull divergence. Looks like it's starting to break. So we have it on all four. Hang Seng and DAX are slightly red. DAX is actually, it's escalating a little bit more. It was 0.5 earlier. Now it's down 1.12. So good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am, Chart Guy Lori. Check us out on chartguys.com. What we do is we teach people how to fish. And that is trading, that is. And what I do is go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers, and shakers of the day. And my goal is to get you ready for the trading day. I take these copious notes in the morning, and this is to keep me organized. I personally have a huge disdain for people who read to me. So it's not my goal to read to you, but it just keeps me organized so I stay on the right page. And then I copy and paste these in the Chart Guys chat room when I'm done so they can slice and dice them up. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. And again, snap and target, I'm taking notes. I'm literally will create a separate note of the companies that are guiding down. I think this is fairly notable. All right. So we are in an hourly downtrend. We have just one little divergence among the Fab Four. So I'm going to just delete all of that. So we're holding the support of 4072. We hit 4078. So our daily support's 4072. We're holding daily support. But we broke this 4 hour from June 3rd, 8 a.m. my time. Okay, so that 4 hour candle. Okay, you with me? ES, we broke it bare. NQ, June 3rd, 8 a.m. candle, we broke it bare. You with me? YM, June 3rd, well, this is a noon, but same thing. We broke it bare. RTY has not. RTY has not lost 1867.70. We have a double bottom right there right now, actually. So RTY got the higher high yesterday. So RTY got the higher high yesterday when nobody else was getting higher highs. And right now we have a double bottom on the 4 hour. That is some bull divergence. So that's the growth stocks. But yet that did not help XBI yesterday. So just remember, even though it's relatively stronger than its peers, it's not helping XBI that much. So don't get overly optimistic on this RTY hold helping XBI. Now let me go back. Actually, on NASDAQ, I want to show y'all one more thing. I noted yesterday in chat, last night actually, that we had this daily head and shoulders forming in RSI. Let me show you up close and personal. You see it? And we broke the neckline to the downside. So I posted that yesterday at 3:26 p.m. my time. So let's see. That was about right in here. So we've had some nice downside from that post. So I like to trade patterns. I don't trade patterns, first of all. I trade price action. But if a pattern gives me extra confirmation, a little checklist saying, yes, you're still looking the right way, then it just helps my conviction level on the trade. However, I do look at the patterns in RSI, but they're not as important in price action. So I like patterns in price action first and RSI second, but I do make note of it. All right, let's get this. So hourly downtrend until it's not. Lower high, lower low. And now the size of this pullback, on a bounce, we're expecting a lower high compared to 12,566. Yeah, same thing. Hourly downtrend until it's not. 41110.75. And on any bounce, I don't know why I used the word snookered, but don't get snookered on any bounce without a 5-minute trend change. In TCG, we are big on trend changes where you get the high, either a lower high or a higher high, the low, higher low, and then the trend change. If we just V-shaped bounce this morning and then pull straight down, we haven't done anything. So make the onus on the bulls to get trend changes before you believe them. I'm looking bearish today. The only fly in the ointment for me as a bear is the bull divergence, but that's not enough for me to back off the bearish idea. Then VIX has broken this 4-hour EQ to the upside. So we have broken bull over 2581. We got over 2596. Now we do have this 4-hour 200 MA right overhead. But but it doesn't mean price will pause. We're at the 50 RSI. So I'd love to see it get over 2650 as a market bear. I want to see VIX continue to get going. We're up 4%. It's finally behaving a little bit more in line with the market. The market is down 1% and VIX is up 4%. That's normal. We were both green, I believe. What was that, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday morning we were both green. It was very odd. So it seems to be syncing up a little more, but I'm watching this little hourly double top at 26.17 and 26.22. We have an hourly uptrend until we don't. All right. I went over that. Did I give you levels? 1256675 is your key resistance for NASDAQ, and your next support is down at 12288. Now you could use this prior resistance 12343 as a prior resistance that could serve as support. Again, RTY is stronger. We have support at 1867.70, and we have a double bottom there on the 4 hour, and key resistance on the hourly 1882. Don't get suckered, don't get snickered, and don't get snookered. All right, so on YM, your key resistance 32832 and your next support 32491. And VIX, that key resistance, I said the next one is 2650 and your last support 2487. You see this squeeze, y'all? We're starting to squeeze here, and we fired bull. So VIX could get some follow through. This is just, and the VIX is very infamous for falling wedges where you get these lower lows. And you think it's a falling wedge and it's still fall bear, because overall VIX has decay in it and it's designed to go down. Speaking of designed to go down, UVIXI is designed to go down. And I use UVIXI on shorter term time frames, and I use VIX on higher time frames. On VIX, we do have this falling wedge type structure on the daily, 4 hour, even 12 hour, and we're breaking bull out of that. Bitcoin, man, what a bear break. So now on the bounce, we have a 4 hour bear flag setting up, and a 4 hour lower high is anticipated. The bears are just waiting to strike. I'd wait for a little bit more of a bounce. If I were being a patient bear, if I didn't already have a bearish position, I would wait for a little bit more of a bounce to short. Same thing on Ethereum, 4 hour downtrend, 4 hour lower high anticipated. Resistance 1776 and support 1725 on the hourly. Bitcoin, did I give you that resistance? 29733, support 29200. You're ready for Bitcoin 20,000? Me too, Bo. I'd love to buy some at 20. Okay, gold. Gold, same thing as silver. We're looking for the weekly lower high. The daily got a higher high without a lot of follow through. Those are frustrating, super frustrating. And we're pulling back now. So on a bounce, we're looking for a lower high. On the 12 hour, you're looking for a lower high compared to 1878. Key support 1830. Gold is not behaving well for me, in my opinion. And I'm waiting for that weekly lower high to be more likely set. Oil, I have been guilty of trying to short oil on this huge run up. So I'm just going to admit that. I have been guilty of it. Dan has been talking about it more and more in the end of day videos, saying he's looking for some type of topping pattern because everyone is bullish oil. And it's when everyone's looking one way or on one side of the boat, then it tends to tip. So we have this nice rounded bottom on the weekly, and we have a weekly uptrend, folks. We have a daily uptrend. 4 hour, we have an EQ. I'm watching this 4 hour EQ. Now remember, we've had 4 hour downtrends before, and then the bulls just turn into an inverse head and shoulders. Anything, they start turning bullish. So if we could break 117.63, that would be a confirmed 4 hour downtrend. Your next support 117.63, resistance 119.50. Nat Gaff, bulls, 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 and more bulls. There you go. Oh, we have API estimates for oil today at 4:30 Eastern, and then we have oil inventory tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and nat gas would be Thursday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Monthly uptrend, weekly bull flag confirmed, daily uptrend. Now, we beat this by 10 cents, so we broke over this bull by 10 cents. I am not in any position to short nat gas either because I've been ran over by these nat gas bulls. But 10 cents does not a bull break make in nat gas world. we need more convincing. We know commodities tend to do that. So a break of 9315 would be an hourly downtrend. And above 954.4, you're just looking at psychological levels like $10 next. Yes, Bo, I can. 22298, that is the weekly 200 simple moving average. So with the 50 and the 200, I use simple. 8 and 21, I use EMA. So yes, the 200 MA is down at 22297 on the weekly on Bitcoin. They are the biggest bully, MG. Okay. Apple. We got whacked by that Great Wall of China, or like I like to say, the Great Wall of Louisiana. We got whacked, and now I'm looking to short balances. I thought it was funny over here, y'all. I don't know what made me think of this, but I'm always going over the same ones. I need to call those my Wheel of Fortune letters. My Wheel of Fortune names, RSTLNE. Like, here's the consonants and the vowels you're going to get every time. So I'm going to play around with that. I may do these 4 each time because I get asked about them every single time. And then the other 4 names are just specific names to today. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, so support for Apple. 14303. Did we break that this morning? No, 14303. So 143. We have a big stack of support down here. This base that we broke out of, coming back down into it may be a good buying area. Remember, we're looking for a daily higher low. So on my notes, I believe I put, I'm looking for an hourly oversold bounce. Now we got hourly oversold here. Yeah, Tesla's hourly oversold, didn't put in a daily higher low. So I'm just making note of that. You see that we got oversold back here and it didn't put in the daily low. So part of TCG, what we teach and what Dan teaches, is looking for daily higher lows when hourly is oversold. And this is in an uptrend. So, but Apple got the hourly oversold, didn't put in the low. So now we need to wait for the 4 hour. Where would that put us? 4 hour oversold will be around 138.25, and that would still be a daily higher low. I know Apple bulls don't want to see that level come into play. You love Pink Floyd? Okay, Amazon. So Amazon, Dan's watching for first Amazon hourly oversold. So we have this daily uptrend. I don't even know if this is uptrend because we didn't get a true pivot confirmation. But let's say it's a daily uptrend, looking for that first hourly oversold. We have plenty of room for a daily higher low. So we can set an alert. Tell me when hourly RSI gets oversold. And then if the market is weak, it won't matter. This setup will most likely not work if the market's weak. And look what we're below now. The hourly 50 MA, you see how it's suppressed priced here? And then when it got below price, it was strong support. Well, we're getting below it again. So I'm going to be short Amazon, or looking short Amazon, as long as the hourly 50 MA is overhead. Would love to top fish an area against 125. NVIDIA, wasn't it fun yesterday? Did any of y'all trade options yesterday on Amazon? It was so fun trading it. It was so much cheaper. Okay, so 4 hour, this is what I drew out yesterday on NVIDIA, potential 4 hour head and shoulders. And we were looking to top fish this area in here. I forget, what level did I give y'all? Was it 193? 193.32, yeah, Friday's high. So now I'm looking to top fish 190. I don't know if it'll give it to us, but would love to top fish 190. I'm looking, NVIDIA looks weak. Tesla looks super weak. The Tesla, I noted here, look, we got hourly oversold and we didn't put in that daily higher low. So when that happens, now we have to wait for the 4 hour to get oversold. So let me set an alert there. What level would that be? 632.40. And that would be above 620.57. I know Tesla bulls don't want to see that level come into play either. Okay, Affirm. Dan made a comment yesterday in the end of day stream that he does, that Affirm, he was like, commenting on the volatility and the volume. 20 million shares traded on average. So it made me go look up the average true range. Look at the average true range on the daily, $3.60 for a $23 stock. That's huge. So something to think about for a firm. So my setup on a firm is weekly bear flag potential, top fish setup on bounce. So I'm looking for this potential weekly bear flag to confirm here. And I'm looking to short a bounce. Let me get you a level. If we could get up to $23.99, that would be awesome. I don't know if any of you listen to Katie Stockton when she's on CNBC. I love her. She's a wonderful technical analyst. And she was saying this morning, based on DeMark indicators, which that's what works for her, and various indicators, she thinks we could see 3,200 this year, 3,200 SPX. So I don't make any of those types of predictions. I'm just take it one day at a time. But I do find myself looking more bearish now because that's where the trend is. So shorting resistance $23.99, if it can allow us to get up there at all. Right now, the 15-minute EMAs are just suppressing price. We're oversold here on the 15-minute and the hourly. So my rules say I must wait for a bounce to short. Yesterday, what was the rules on XBI? That gap up was not for buying. Gap ups are not for buying. We wait for pullbacks, and the pullback didn't even yield a decent bounce on XBI. But gap ups are for selling, and these type of gap downs, where we're gapping down into oversold territory on the hourly, that's not the area where I want to short. Yesterday's low, 23.40, that could serve as a resistance. Here, let me draw that one too, 23.40. ENPH. Boomer. Okay, ENPH. So this is a semiconductor name, and this is semiconductors or solar? Semiconductors, right? Yeah. So this is a diamond bearish reversal pattern. I get asked about diamond bearish reversal patterns all the time. The characteristic of a diamond bearish reversal pattern, or the anatomy, is you have the higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So here, sorry, I didn't draw that right. Higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high, and then that lower low break. And it basically takes that head and shoulders off the table because you went to a lower low, you broke that neckline. And then we get a lower high and EQ out on this side. So ENPH to me looks like a short. And what I'm looking for is to short, looking for a weekly lower high compared to 22099. 22099. So I like ENPH short, and again, I have to stick to my rules. I want just a little bounce, and I'll short it. I can short it against, I want to get rid of my diamond. And it's busy. 208. I'd like to short 208. This is going to be a short swing for me. If it works, we'll see. All right, MARA, when I looked at it earlier, yeah, it's still only down 3%. Bitcoin's down 6%. I think Mara has some more downside left in it. I like a short of 879 and or 909. Okay, that's not 979. 979 or 909. Yep, he did. President invoked Defense Production Act up to boost solar panel production, and that helped solar yesterday. 879 resistance on MARA. I like it for a top fish. Target guided down. I like to would short a bounce, and I just want to make note here, y'all. I don't make bold predictions often. I guess I shouldn't even say that. I'm not making a bold prediction. When we talked about Snapchat, do y'all remember Snapchat a couple weeks ago when it guided down, and I said, I'm aiming for that gap to act as a magnet. So this is news related. So Target can definitely get more extended to the downside than we can fathom because it's news related, or more than we can anticipate because RSI is not as important. But we have a gap down here at 137.97, and I would not be shocked at all if we filled that sometime this week. So 137.97, Let me put the call out button on it so you can see right there, 137.97. So I'm looking to see if we can hit that this week. I want to short a bounce on target. You're welcome, Malachi. Yeah, ENPH is solar battery. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to be cautious, but I'm still looking at it. Any other requests that you have? I don't trade fundamentals. ENPH may be strong with solar news. I understand that it had a great day yesterday, but the closer it gets to 220, the more interested I am in a top fish. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Coin, that's a short as well. So MARA is only down 3%, where this is down closer to Bitcoin's level. It's down 4.8 and Bitcoin's down 6%. But I think a top fish is still warranted on any bounce up to 68.43. Yeah, this is a top fish setup. Netflix. That's a short. We're getting a theme, huh? I would look to short bounces. 198.97 in that area would have to be your stop, or a more aggressive or conservative stop would be 197.23, but it looks like it's red. Last one. GDX. Yep, it's as erratic as gold, running into the daily 200 MA from below. Higher high, no follow through. Lower low, no follow through. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Hourly tweezer top of resistance at 32.40, 32.41. That is a top fish level there. All right, that's it for me. Thank you for joining. Hit that like button on your way out the door. Go give me a follow on Twitter, please, at CharkAlLori. TCGers, I'll see you in the room, and I'll copy these notes right now.